Less than a month since the podcast I made about neckbeards, it's time to discuss them again. This time we're talking about an upcoming game, the Ubisoft Prince of Persia Remake. What's going on, everybody? It's the top tier Grey Boy Brendan, and today I want to talk about the people whining about the quality of a game getting remade instead of just being grateful that it is being remade. If you aren't familiar, Prince of Persia was a 2003 game for Xbox, Game Boy Advanced, PS2, and PC. It was a game I personally had on the PlayStation 2, and without a doubt one of my favorite games ever. I'll always consider it a top 10 game for me, if not right on the cusp, maybe top 15. To this day, I remember the incredible level design, which was mostly puzzle-based, its fun combat, and awesome story, and very cool world. The game was so well received that it was actually the inspiration for a pretty big gaming franchise. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it, Assassin's Creed. The Assassin's Creed games took inspiration from Prince of Persia's combat style along with the acrobatic style of the playable character, which you see in Ezio, Connor from Assassin's Creed 3, Altair, all the assassins. Other notable games that took inspiration from Prince of Persia are the Lord of the Rings Middle-earth games, Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, the Arkham Batman games, and even, to some degree, Spider-Man on the PS4. So the 2003 Prince of Persia would go on to have follow-up games, and the franchise has been rebooted once or twice along the way. There was even a film. I believe it was a Disney film with Jake Gyllenhaal. But after all this time, most of the fans of this franchise, especially that game, all they really wanted, myself included, was to be able to play that game, as a remake. And then the other night, Ubisoft delivered on that, dropping a trailer for an HD remake of the game, which is going to be coming out on January 21st for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now, on the surface, that should be the end of this podcast. I should just be ending it saying how excited I am and how great this is going to be, especially at the fact that it's a $40 game and not a full-price $60 game. But that's not what I get to do these days. No. Because now my job is to remind my loyal fans, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, that the neckbeards have once again been set loose. So the second this trailer dropped, luckily I found it within only a few minutes of actually being released. It was recommended to me right away, and I watched it right away, of course, online. I stopped what I was doing, and I was just like, holy crap, this is great. I thought it looked really good. I could tell it was the same voice actor, so it seemed like they were just porting the old audio into this new game, kind of like the Master Chief Collection. It's different graphics, but the same voice. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 versus Kingdom Hearts 1, same, dialogue, just, enhanced graphics.
So you have come this far, and still you understand nothing.
But you could tell the graphics were completely different. It was different character designs, different enemy designs, from what you could tell, different world designs. And, I was just like, wow, this looks great. Now, right away, I could tell these weren't the greatest graphics in the world. It didn't really matter to me. I was like, it still looks really good, and I'm gonna get it. I wanted to get it before I knew it was only $40. I was like, I'll pay $60 for this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then I made the mistake of looking at how many likes versus dislikes it got. At the time of me actually recording this, or the last time I checked, I should say, the video had 7,000 likes and about 9,000 dislikes. And all I could see in the comments were the big, ugly, four-eyed, pimple-faced, basement-dwelling neckbeards. Looks like a PS3 360 game. Well done, Ubisoft. It's not even coming to Switch. There's the games on it that look better than this, to be honest. It's mainly the faces.
Prince of Persia: The Thing That Died was one of the best games ever made. It's never better. Improve the graphics and animations. Release it later, if necessary.
They at the time and went straight back to 2001 graphics. This remake already needs a remaster. If any Hollywood executives are listening to this, yes, those were all my own voices. I know they're absolutely incredible. Please hire me. I'll do whatever voice you need. But anyway, back to the topic. Look, I'll make this short. I don't want to rant for the next 25 minutes because that's what I thought I was gonna do. As a people, I guess you could call it a pop culture, especially with video games and stuff of these days, I just wish people would stop bitching. Like, the last two examples I could think of, one of which is basically the reason this stuff still goes on, is because of the original design for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Now, that one I get, because that guy was gross. And I don't know how they thought they were going to get away with making that into a movie. So luckily, the studio went back, they remade Sonic, and it looked a lot better, and the movie did really well. But then, the more recent one, which is more aligned because it's a video game, is the upcoming Halo Infinite. Now, as a Halo fan of the last 13 years or so, I thought it looked great, that Halo Infinite trailer. I mean, yeah, I understand the whole thing with the close-up shot of Craig. I get that. That looked a little cheesy. But I just don't get you neckbeards. You complain that Halo 4 and Halo 5 don't have that Halo look and style. You want it to look more like an Xbox 360 Halo game, like Halo 1, 2, 3. And then when 343 delivers on that, you complain it doesn't look more realistic. So this is kind of the same thing with this Prince of Persia. Yeah, these facial designs don't look that great, but the graphics look good. So I don't understand. Honestly, I'd be so thrilled if Ubisoft just said, you know what, we're not doing the game anymore. Clearly you don't want it, so there's no need for us to make it. That's what all you neckbeards deserve at this point. And now I'm just getting angry for no reason. I hope you guys are proud of yourselves. I'm going to stop this video. Have a good day. And neckbeards, learn how to fucking shave.